He's one of the most celebrated producers of all time.
Right. I don't think. Yeah, I can't knock him.
I can't either. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know
agree.
about that.
He's the best.
Speaking of artists I can't knock, we tried to talk about this earlier too. You wanted to bring up the whole Kanye contract situation.
Well, I don't want to say beef, but we kind of came to a conclusion I was looking for. What? Where it's like, you explained it very well. I think you hit the nail on the head earlier.
What did I say?
You were saying, if you don't know, Kanye was just like detailing his legal or label drama.
Right. Let's give them background. He posted his whole contract on Twitter.
The entire 114 pages of his contract.
He screenshotted it. He got banned for Twitter.
Yeah.
Well, not because of that, but because he posted someone's phone number. But he was going on a rampage, and he put up his contract, and there's a lot of stipulations and fine print in there that was clearly fucking him over. But you were kind of saying, what was the point of him doing this? Like, was he trying to win us Curry favor?
I think the point is he doesn't have a point. I don't think he's in the position to have a point.
Well, I mean, the point's pretty clear. The label's fucking him.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So
we got a little too deep than what the situation more like is, I
mean, it's a pretty deep situation, though.
Yeah.
Like, my point was, if it's bigger than Kanye, it shows you that one of the biggest artists in the world can still fall prey to the labels. GZA had a song. This thing has been going on forever about record labels.
Yeah.
But I think I was kind of sick of it just because I think the point is tired and tried. Everyone has said everything about the labels already. My other thing with Kanye too is that I feel like you were kind of not giving him as much slack as I was.
Yeah.
And I was giving him a lot of that slack because he's not a stable person.
Right, which I mean is you have to accept that as the motivating factor behind everything he does at this point. Like he's really not well, man.
No, he's not. But also, I don't think we need to pity him.
No, I'm not saying pity him. I'm just saying like.
But yeah, what are you saying?
Just like what I was getting at mainly is like I'm not falling for this. Like it seems like you're asking for pity that I'm not really willing to give. That being said, I mean maybe not override him with pity, but a little bit. I mean he's not doing well. He's probably unhappy with a lot of things, and he's like posting his label drama to get some sympathy.
Yeah, but like why do you think that's him trying to curry our favor?
I think he just wants sympathy.
But like why?
Because he's sad.
But like even if he did want sympathy, is that not a valid reason to have sympathy for him?
Right. I mean, at this point I do. You're right, because I feel bad for him at this point.
Like it's obviously a ploy and it's obviously a cry for help, but there's nothing wrong with a good cry for help.
No, of course not. I mean, he literally had a cry for help in South Carolina. You brought that up, and I completely forgot. But like,
that was the saddest thing I've ever seen.
It was sad. It was really sad, especially for like being a fan for a decade.
Yeah,
it's like, people were joking about it. Both sides of the aisle were saying, this guy's ridiculous, and it was just sad to see, man. I mean, Jesus Christ, breaking down in tears over something that. It's like, I don't know. It was just weird.
It matters to him.
But it also shouldn't. I mean, like, you didn't abort your daughter, so what is there to cry? You know what I'm saying?
Maybe
he's working himself up. I don't know. Point is, hope you're doing well, Kanye.
Well,
seriously.
I mean, before the show, before we pressed record, I mean, I think it was more so. I'm not saying you were blaming him, but I'm not saying anyone's blaming him. This is similar to a situation about Kanye I got into last week where someone DM'd me about him and saying, how do I feel about him being a threat to democracy and all the controversial things he said and done and endorsed in the past couple years. And I just don't hold him to the same standard as I'll hold anyone else. And that's simply because he's one, mentally ill, and two, one of, if not the most exceptional human beings I've ever witnessed, so I'm going to make an exception for him. To me, he's done enough good. Like, I'm not a deity, I'm not a god, but if I were to weigh his good and bad deeds on a cosmic scale, the good outweighs as far as I'm aware. But I just don't like the idea of us I don't know. I just don't like the idea of dunking on Kanye because it's such an easy thing to do.
No, yeah.
And it gets easier with time because his mental health deteriorates. I mean, we've been with this guy for 16 years, and we've seen he's not getting any better. So I just feel like taking an opportunity to dunk on the man at this point is like
that's such a funny commercial.
You're just doing it for attention.
Yeah.
There's no new point to be made about him.
I think a lot of people, the same kind of people who like identify their politics and their music in the same way.
Yeah.
Were huge fans of him, rightfully so.
Yeah.
And kind of saw him take a rightward turn, and dunk on him to make themselves feel better, maybe.
That's exactly it. I think some people are kind of trying to find the moral high ground.
Right.
Or have a superiority complex. Like, you still listen to Kanye? Are you in middle school?
Yeah.
Or like, oh, he's problematic with this and that. But I mean,
I don't know. To me, the mental illness thing takes front and center.
Yeah.
It's just so obvious. It's like,
I don't think he has anyone in his corner.
No, he doesn't.
I think, like I said earlier about the whole borderline personality, bipolar thing, like, I can't really speak on it that well, but I think that people underestimate people overestimate how effective these medications are. People always say, just take your meds, just do this and that. Those help, but I think a lot of times those people need someone who like cares about them and really has their best intentions in mind in their corner at all times, not an ulterior motive.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say both. I mean,
well, I'm saying you need both, but one without the other is like,
yeah, he's not in a situation that encourages any kind of growth or healing or,
that's what I'm saying. The meds only keep things at bay.
Yeah,
like he has to let that out to someone.
I mean, and I don't know what it's like to be have bipolar or experience any of this.
Yeah.
But like from what I've read about it and like things I've consumed surrounding it, it's like people can feel kind of constrained and they feel like not themselves on the medication. I don't know. I'm not saying don't take your medication. I'm saying I can see him feeling, dissatisfied with how things are going and thinking the medication's affecting that in a negative way. Do you know what I'm saying?
You're changing your whole narrative, bro. When we did this earlier,
I said, oh my God. Earlier I said, I didn't know what to feel about it.
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
And I was listening to you and I agreed with you. I said that afterwards. You convinced me I agree with you.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm not trying to convince anyone. I'm just saying how I feel about him. And I'm always going to make an exception for him because he's one of the most exceptional people. And also, I think when you have done something so great in society and you have people around you telling you how great it is, it's very, very hard to ever see yourself as being wrong. Yeah. I can only imagine, when you've accomplished so many great things, what it must feel like to have people tell you that this might not be a good idea or this might not, be this or that because you think what's best.
Yeah, because collaborators become yes men really quick.
Yeah, man. So, I'm praying for him. I hope someone's out there for him, has his best intentions in mind. But
yeah, and you can still criticize him for what he's saying because they're not right things to say.
You can criticize him, definitely. But I just want you to know, like, it's very hard to make a good, interesting new point about the man.
Right, yeah, I mean...
He had a South Park episode like 10 years ago. Yeah. He's been made fun of. He's been through the ringer 1,000 times.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. No new points have been made. So that's why I'm just not impressed. Like, the Trump thing is bad, and, the whole campaign thing.
It's hard to see it as a fan. I mean, it's not like you can just... you can excuse things, sure, but it's not like you can... It's not like it's easy to see someone you look up to for years be so, like, reprehensible in certain ways, in their views, I mean,
yeah, but I also don't take it to heart.
Right. I mean, that's another thing, too.
Yeah, I don't take it to heart.
I'm just saying, like, you don't have to excuse the man's behavior beyond this is like a mentally ill person who should probably get some help,
Exactly.
That's what you can do.
Heck yeah, man. So that's how I feel.
Yeah. What time are we at right now?
What?
How much have we done?
Don't worry about it, because I still got shit I want to talk about.
Oh, see if you're...
Son. Okay, you signed the contract. You're getting these episodes
I didn't read it.
Yeah, that's your fault. You got lawyers. Mm-hmm. But I got stuff I want to talk about. I want to talk about
Go ahead.
Love Island.
Okay.
No, not really. What was I going to say?
You said you were going to say I have something to say.
Give me a second. I'm sobering up. Me and you should be contestants. We should audition.
Yeah. Well, I think one of us should be the disembodied voice, and one of us should be a contestant. What would be funnier? It'd be funny for me to be around all these like buff
hot
guys.
women. Oh,
No. That sounded weird.
It would be funny to see you around hot women, Max.
No, that's not what I meant.
Just kidding.
That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
No,
But I would like to see you as a contestant too.
Why do you want to see me as a contestant?
Because it'd be funny.
Why would it be? Am I a joke? Funny how? Huh?
You tell me you wouldn't go out of your way to make people's lives worse on that show for your own amusement?
I never make. What do you mean? I try to make everyone's life better.
On the show, I'm saying.
What do you mean?
I can see you just fucking with people on the show.
You think I'm kind of like an agent of chaos?
Yes,